Hey guys, welcome to the FIFA 21 Rulebreakers Raja Nainggolan player review. So this is the first Rulebreakers Nengolan review on the internet, and for that reason, please drop a sub on the channel and smash the like button on this video. I worked super hard to bring you this review this quickly. So for this review, I used Nainggolan as a right CDM in the 4-2-3-1 formation on balance instructions. I left him on balance because I wanted to see what his attacking AI could do automatically in game. I also switched him into the camp position in the 4-2-3-1 formation later on to see what he can bring you in a more advanced attacking position. For this review, I also used the Hunter and the Shadow chemistry styles on Nengolan to see which chem style works the best for him. So let's get into the review. So the first part of the review is going to be from a perspective of a right CDM in a 4-2-3-1 formation. So although Nengolan did have the high work rates from a right CDM position, I expected him to defend a bit more, but honestly, he didn't provide much to any defensive cover. His positioning was slightly ahead of the left CDM and was generally found in a more advanced attacking position naturally. Even completely unprompted, Nengolan used to make some great attacking runs. He never really dashed into the box naturally, but he always stood in and around the box in an empty pocket of space waiting to take a shot onto goal. So overall, as a CM or a DM, he will play more of an offensive role naturally, and that was what I was hoping for low-key before I started doing this review. So let's talk about Nengolan's physical attributes. So Nengolan doesn't possess that brute strength of a Diego Costa and such, but he has a 78 strength stat in game, which is actually more than adequate for a central midfielder. But what gives that strength stat an extra bit of boost is that high aggression stat and that pugnacious nature of Nengolan, where he just rushes like a mad dog into tackles and swipes the ball clean of all his opponents. So dribbling with Nengolan was a pleasant experience. I was surprised with how much of a big dribbling boost they have given this card. He felt fluid on the ball for the most part. I know he has a slightly lower agility stat, and from time to time at tight corners, he does struggle to make these quick sharp turns, but overall his dribbling was simply superb for me. So let's move on to Nengolan Shooting. So Nengolan has a rocket of a shot. His shot power is just ridiculous. You just have to get into space and abuse that power button and watch the keepers struggle. I'd advise you all to stay away from using the finesse shot with Nengolan due to his poor curve statistics, and he doesn't have the ability to really bend the ball around the keeper. Just use the power shot with Nengolan, and trust me, it will deliver the correct results. So Nengolan has some phenomenal in-game stats for pace as a central midfielder, and he did feel quick on the ball. But honestly, he wasn't the quickest central midfielder I've used despite these high pace stats, because he is a bit short in-game. So although he is sprinting at a decent pace, the strides that Nengolan takes are very short. And if you compare that with a player like Goretzka, if he had Nengolan's pace stats, he would take long strides and honestly feel much faster than Nengolan does. The first couple of games I used Nengolan, my mind was solely focused on that huge pace upgrade he had received, and I tried to pace abuse a couple of players. He did a great job, but occasionally he did get caught up at times and dispossessed. So Nengolan's passing from the back was simply sublime. He was a midfield general for me, and he was pulling all the strings. I loved playing the low-driven passes with him because he played them with such power. I could immediately just change the pace of the game and pick out passes with ease. So even though I played him at CDM, Nengolan used to make these amazing attacking runs. So if you want an attacking oriented central midfielder, please do check out Nengolan. He is a tank. So for the second part of the review, I pushed up Nengolan to a central attacking midfielder, and honestly I was pleasantly surprised because in my mind I can never imagine I'd be playing Nengolan as a cam in my team. So what impressed me most when I played Nengolan as a cam was his attacking positioning. It was just phenomenal. He made such incredible runs in and around the box, always in space waiting to receive the ball. I was just blown away. Nengolan clutched up for me in a couple of super intense Division 1 division rival games, and that left me so happy when I used him at cam. It was unbelievable. So this guy has so many pros, but let's move on to a couple of his major cons. His cons are so obvious and they are quite evident in game, which are his 3-star skills and his 3-star weak foot. So even though he performed well for me at the cam position, I would not recommend that you play him there just because of that 3-star weak foot. He finds himself in so many dangerous situations on his left foot as well, and you just can't use it because his finishing is so inconsistent. So I'd advise you to play him deeper down the pitch where he has more time to adjust when he gets into a shooting position onto his stronger foot. The same applies to Nainggolan's passing. His passing on the left foot was quite inconsistent, and at times when I played a low driven with his left foot, it used to just go completely off and I used to lose possession. This 3-star skills, 3-star weak foot combo just kills him off that meta tier, and if he had a 4-star, 4-star, believe me, he would be a meta card in this game. So I'm going to give Raja Nainggolan's Rulebreakers card an 8.3 on 10 because he was a solid player in game for me, and if you have the coins and you are super rich in this game, please pick him up and check him out because he is a tank. I'm also going to give him a value for coins of a 6 because for me, for what he brings you in game, although I am a big fan of him, he is just a bit too expensive, and for 400k plus, you can virtually get any pick of midfielder on this game. I hope you guys found this review extremely helpful, and if you did, please drop a like on the video and a sub on the channel, and have a great weekend.